All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news coming out of Mexico. If you guys are not aware, there was an incident on March 3rd where four Americans were kidnapped in Mexico, basically by the Gulf Cartel. Now, these guys, they don't play. Now, fast forwarding later, apparently, these guys acted on their own, and apparently the bosses didn't like this. So, to get the heat off of them, they tied up their own and surrendered them to the police with an apology letter.
New disturbing images of an offering from the notorious Gulf Cartel. 5 men badly beaten, their hands bound behind their backs, left for Mexican police in the streets of Matamoros, along with a truck full of weapons and a note on the windshield, apologizing for what they call a mistake, kidnapping 4 Americans, killing 2, along with an innocent bystander, saying the 5 men acted on their own and outside what they call the rules of the cartel. Shaid Woodard and
That's crazy. So, apparently, they thought these guys were some sort of, they thought they were like drug dealers or something, like Haitian drug dealers. So, they ambushed the car and shot up the car. That's what the reports are saying. They shot the car up, and when that happened, it turns out that 2 people were killed, and the rest were just taken and kidnapped. I guess they soon found out they weren't drug dealers or whatever. They weren't in their turf to do what they thought they were doing, and yeah, they pretty much wrote a "we fucked up" letter.
Zindell Brown are the Americans who died. Eric Williams was wounded.
Hold on, let's back this up. Let's back this up. Give our respects to whoever died.
Woodard and Zindell Brown are and outside what they call the rules of the cartel. Shaid Woodard and Zindell Brown are the Americans who died. Eric Williams was wounded. Latavia Washington McGee, traveling to Mexico for a medical procedure, wasn't hit during the attack.
She watched them. She watched them die.
We now know.
Good morning, America.
Yeah, apparently Miss Latavia was going for a BBL, or she was doing like a butt lift surgery or something in Mexico. Probably cheaper, You gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, it turned real different, man. These cartels out here, they got ammunition for days. They have they're the military, bro. They're the bootleg military, if not better than. Like, these guys got rocket launchers. These guys got assault rifles. Bro, the cartel is not to be played with. They're a whole serious organization.
Mexico, here we come.
Initially, 5 people were inside the van as it left South Carolina for Matamoros. Cheryl Lawrence says she didn't have
The cigarette on his ears. Bro, if you don't get that cigarette out your ear, you're only supposed to have the joint in your ear. Wear it proudly. Got a cigarette. That's crazy, though.
documents necessary to cross the border, and that friends plan to drop McGee off for the cosmetic procedure, then come straight back to their motel. She says she called police when they didn't return. A show of force, hundreds of Mexican Army and National Guard troops stationed across Matamoros right now as the investigation continues. Jay Gray in...
See, and this is why the cartel, I think they're trying to hurry, say we're sorry. Never seen something like this, but they know that if they mess with American citizens like that, let alone 2 killed, 4 kidnapped, doesn't matter who they are. If they're American citizens stamped, if they have a passport that's American, America has to do something about that. They have to show force, and the cartel knows that overall, at the end of the day, America can obliterate their entire existence given the permission from Mexico. Everybody knows this. They can obliterate the cartel, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be out of the best interest for the United States. Because remember, come on, years and years and years, America gets all their drugs from Mexico. Come on. So if you go and destroy the whole cartel, you're kind of messing up your economy at the same time. So I feel like it's a slippery slope, but if they do something like that, they force the U.S. to do something drastic, and that's what they're trying to avoid.
We turn now to the stunning image south of the border in Mexico today, and it comes, of course, after those 4 Americans were kidnapped, 2 of them shot and killed. Well, today, 5 alleged members of a notorious cartel tied up and left in public right at the scene of the kidnapping for all to see. And authorities believe it was the cartel itself handing over those 5 suspects. A note left on the windshield, the cartel apologizing for the deadly attack on Americans. And late today, the bodies of those 2 Americans who died in the attack arriving back in the United States. ABC's Matt Rivers in Mexico City again tonight.
Tonight, nearly a week after that horrific kidnapping of 4 Americans that left 2 of them dead in a Mexican border city, a notorious drug cartel is allegedly taking responsibility. In these photos from a source close to the investigation, the Gulf Cartel appearing to hand over the 5 members they say did it. The 5 men found tied up near a truck with guns, ammunition, and body armor at the same spot in Matamoros where the kidnapping took place. Plus, a note on the windshield purportedly signed by the cartel references, quote,
"Why did they blur it out? There's no need to blur it out." But yeah, you can tell that they want nothing to do with them. They're not even that beat up because, the cartel is, they're one for a show of violence. They'll do some extra shit to you, but they wanted nothing to do with them. They took them as is and turned them in, took their guns, took their truck, everything. Nothing to do with them. They're trying to cut themselves off of that situation. But you see, the problem is that's not going to help them because what's done is done. They shot up 2 Americans. Now they're dead. The Americans are dead. They can't give the life back. So I'm just assuming things will get worse for them. I don't think they'll be obliterated by any means, but things will get tighter and it'll be a lot harder for the cartel to move the way they want to.
4 kidnapped Americans, 2 of which died, adding, quote, "We have decided to deliver those involved and directly responsible." The 5 men now in state police custody. Authorities not confirming whether these 5 were involved, but multiple Mexican law enforcement sources close to the investigation tell ABC News the cartel note is believed to be legitimate.
Why wouldn't
Neither
it be?
ABC News nor U.S. officials have been able to verify the note's authenticity.
I think they're doing it to take heat off of themselves. I do
Okay, shut up. Why wouldn't it be real? Do you think anybody in Mexico is going to impersonate the cartel and be like, "Oh yeah, this is our fault and we're sorry and these are the guys"? No. Like, we're checking to see its authenticity. Nobody's impersonating the Gulf Cartel, guys. It's them for sure. Trust me. Trust me, guys.
think this was their intent, was to sort of ease the pain as far as what pressure may be placed on the cartel as time goes on.
Well, that was really something to say, to witness that image today. Matt Rivers back with us tonight. And Matt, this notion that the cartel itself turning over these suspects, really a stark reminder of what we know from all of our reporting through the years of the power of these cartels.
No question, and the Gulf Cartel is among the most powerful criminals.
All right, I'm just going to cut it there. They're just saying a bunch of nothing. Of course, they can vet their own group and kick them out if they want to. They're saying this shows the stark power of the cartel. No, they didn't fuck with something that their people did, and they got rid of them. Anybody at any level can do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, let's just stop blowing smoke up the story's ass. But it is pretty crazy, though. Like, in general, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. I've seen the cartel in a bunch of snuff videos, like kill their own people, behead their own people, stuff like that. But I've never seen them turn them into the police. I honestly feel like in America, that would be like a form of, like, somebody would yell out, "That's snitching," or, "Oh, you're turning you didn't take care of it yourself, so you're inherently snitching," or doing something like that. But I'm just saying I've never seen it, to be real. So this is something new. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this has ever been done by any cartel out of Mexico. But we'll see what happens after this. We'll see if America gets more strict on them. I honestly doubt it, but we'll see. We'll find out. We'll see if if there's an increased presence of the United States in Mexico.